and today I'm going to share the story of me because I know that there's so much value in hearing real stories from real people. So I decided that I'm going to be as honest and vulnerable as possible and reveal all the details of my story that normally there'd be a tendency to not reveal in the hope that people can get value from listening to it. So this is a story of transformation and how I went from a place of social anxiety when I was a teenager to a place of confidence as an adult. So I'm going to start off by going back to what I was like in high school and also college as well. So during these times, I was a guy who had really, really severe social anxiety. I really, really struggled to put myself out there, to express myself, talk to people. I dreaded any kind of social occasion in general. And in high school, it was basically just me and two guys who were um, friends, and we were basically the outcasts of the entire year group. And then moving forwards to college, because I had such high levels of social anxiety um, when I was at college, I basically isolated myself from the entire year group and avoided social interactions at all costs. So every time there was a free period between one lesson and the next, I would actually go away from the college. I'd go to this local woodland area and just go for a walk, just as a way to not have to deal with social interactions. So I basically spent these years of my life with high levels of social anxiety, and I'll give you an example, which I think will let you know the kind of levels of social anxiety which I was experiencing. So when I was in the living room with my parents watching TV during the college years, I actually often couldn't follow the TV show. I couldn't follow the plot line because the levels of tension that I used to feel in my chest and my stomach were so overwhelming that I actually couldn't concentrate on the program and follow what was going on. So that gives you some idea of the levels of anxiety that I was experiencing at that point in time. And the worst it got, if I'm going to take a much darker turn, is that it is one time where I basically cut myself. It wasn't a suicide attempt. It wasn't quite as dark as that, but I really just wanted to feel the pain and experience some excitement and some relief from the anxiety. So that was the worst it got. But luckily, during the college time, I really got interested in self help and personal development in general. And I found some really inspirational content from other people on YouTube. So I watched videos from Johnny Barber, and I found those to be really inspirational. Just a guy who's been super honest, super brave, and I liked what he was putting out there, putting the truth out there. I also got massively inspired by content from RSD, if you know them, and people like Tyler and Julian. I found their content to be so empowering, and when they gave speeches, it resonated with me on such a deep level. I was really amazed by this kind of content. And because of this, partly, and because I got smarter over the years, when I started university, I was completely determined to not fall into the bad habits of the past and to really start afresh and just be as sociable as possible. So firstly, when I actually moved to university, during that first year, my confidence definitely increased by quite a significant amount. And this is partly because I was living away from my parents, and who were very shy people, and I was interacting with different people at university, and going to different events. And my philosophy then, my decision was actually to be like Jim Carrey in Yes Man. If you've seen the film, when it comes to social opportunities, so just whatever opportunity is out there that's advertised to me, I just say yes to the opportunity. So people would say, "Oh, going to a nightclub tonight, or going to a disco. Do you want to come along?" And if I was to give my honest answer, I'd be like, "Absolutely not. I don't like that idea at all." But I just said, "Yeah, sure, that sounds fun," and I went along just for the experience, just for the general growth that I knew I was going to get. And this was actually a great decision because, as I said, in that first year of university, that's when I first experienced a big increase in my general levels of confidence and social skills. And also, back then, I would use all the online dating apps that you can imagine. I was on a lot of them. I was on Tinder, Plenty of Fish, Bumble. I can name them all. I used to be on, a lot of them, and I would occasionally get dates through these online dating apps, but I found it to be a lot of faff and a lot of hard work to get dates. And because I still wasn't particularly confident compared to the average person, I wasn't really able to meet girls who liked me on the first date enough to see me again, and so on. And then throughout the rest of university, I improved my confidence a lot. So during the second year, I started to go out there and approach girls in public, and this was a fantastic decision from the point of view of overcoming anxiety and building confidence. And I continued to approach girls so throughout the second year of university. I approached girls in the third year, and then in the master's year as well. And my confidence was going up each year compared to the previous. Then after the master's year, I moved back to Manchester, which is where I'm originally from, and I stayed with my parents for a year, and I worked there, and I continued to go out and approach girls in the centre of Manchester, and work on my chat, work on my approach, and so on. And then I came back to university, the same university, to do a PhD. And I'm still actually doing this PhD, and I'm going to be finished actually in about 6 weeks' time. I will have finished my thesis, and I actually joke that because my name's Phil, I'm going to be Dr. Phil in a couple of months' time, and I hope that I can replace the American TV show host and make a few quick bucks on the side. So yeah, I'm doing a PhD at the moment. So during the first year of my PhD, I continued to go out there and approach girls, and that's where I got my first breakthrough. So I met my first girlfriend through doing this. This really, really nice, really attractive girl called Lucy, and went out with her for a year. So she was just doing a master's for a year. She was from China, then going back to China. And actually, that was a really interesting approach, actually. And I've had the same weird phenomenon happen actually on several occasions. And I'll explain this to you in case you've gone out there and you've approached a lot of girls. You might have had the same thing. It's quite rare. So actually, I approached this girl that I found very attractive and was having a nice normal chat. And then during the conversation, some random guy came over and interrupted the conversation. And then he was trying to invite this girl to some sort of after party at his place. And at some point in the interaction, he was like, "Oh, do you want to go to the after party? Go and meet my friends and stuff like that," which was just super weird. And actually, I just remained normal and continued the chat as normal. And yeah, she ended up dating me, and she became my girlfriend, which was fantastic. And I've had that same thing happen several times actually, where when you're talking to a girl and it's going well in public, other guys sometimes come over and interrupt the chat. And if you remain normal, often those are the girls that actually go on dates with you and see you, because it really stands out to remain normal, and you actually look comparatively cool compared to the weird guy that came over. But anyway, so that was my first success with this going out there and talking to girls in public. So then I continued to approach some girls until COVID-19 happened, and that obviously put a halt on the going out there and socializing in general. Then coming back from COVID, I was determined to go out there, get back out there, and work on my confidence more, and continue to approach and really try to master this skill set and get to the stage where I'm able to go out there and get dates on a regular basis. So I really pushed my comfort zone and did things like salsa dancing, and ended up doing improv comedy and just lots of things which are very outgoing to improve my confidence. And I would go out like 5-6 times a week, approaching girls and practicing. And although I did make a lot of progress with this, I really wasn't going on that many dates at all at this stage. But then I realized a few things which make a massive difference. And I'm going to give you a couple of tips now on things which actually improve your ability to go out there and get dates. So firstly, the girls are massively receptive to your mood, and really subtle changes in your emotional state, in your mood, actually can make all the difference when it comes to going out there and getting dates. And if you're involved in a couple of social groups per week, this really improves your mood for going out there and talking to girls. It makes a difference to how well you're received. The other thing which really helps you out as well, which you may not know, is doing high intensity interval training. So if you do high intensity interval training, it basically causes endorphins to flood throughout your body. Your mood's generally better, and this also improves your ability to go out there and talk to girls and get dates. So combining those two things together, the social groups and the high intensity interval training, makes a big difference when you're doing this activity. So at this time, I really went all out to improve my confidence. I started to do, and I still do, improv comedy twice a week, the high intensity interval training, and actually as a side, I'll tell you that even though my overall health has never been bad, the one parameter which really wasn't where it should be was my resting heart rate, which was in the mid 80s beats per minute. And this is higher than it should be for someone of my age. But since doing the high intensity interval training and basically having an immaculate diet, it's gone down by over 20 beats per minute. And also maybe part of the reason of this is the reduced anxiety. So I've massively reduced my resting heart rate, and this definitely improved my confidence a lot, as well as doing all the improv and going out there and doing these sessions. And around this time, I booked mentorship with Johnny Barber. So he does one-on-one coaching, teaching guys how to build confidence, go out there and find girls that they naturally connect with. And I did 6 2-hour sessions with Johnny. And honestly, for me, that was an absolute game changer. And after these sessions, I felt so much more confident, and I was actually able to go out there, talk to girls in public, and set myself up on dates which really happened. So I was quite amazed by this, and something that I spent years and years and years trying to do on my own, and suddenly I got some mentorship. 6 2-hour sessions later, and suddenly I'm able to do this thing. So then, because I got so much value from it, I went back and did another 6 sessions, then further sessions, further sessions, and further sessions, and basically this completely changed my life, and it changed my perspective. I realized that there's so much value in coaching, and the coaching can really change people's lives. And the coaching is it's so valuable because it teaches people a new skill set, gives them so much confidence, and I really did not realize that it could work such magic. So since I received so much coaching, and I really was passionate, and I am passionate about establishing myself as a full-time coach and helping as many guys out as I can to overcome social anxiety, to build their confidence up, and have this skill set down. Because, as I said before, it's such a gift to be able to go out there, connect with girls, set up dates, and experience this whole side of life. And this is why I want to. I'm really, really passionate and motivated to create a full-time business and helping guys do this, a full-time coaching business. Because, as I said, I spent so many years trying to do this on my own, and the mentorship is really what changed things for me. So now I'm in a position where I have a part-time business, and I'm trying to create a full-time business where I'm helping guys out in this particular area. And for this reason, I've created several programs where I'm offering one-on-one coaching to any guy who has social anxiety, any guy who has problems with the dating, because I really have learned what works, and I really have the passion to help people grow and really turn around their lives. So I've set up the programs at a really affordable price, which because I want to get some more experience myself and help you out as much as possible. So yeah, I have a lot of things to be excited about at the moment as well. So I'm really looking forward to filming some public footage where I can demonstrate and teach things in the flesh, so to speak. And I'm going to get in touch with a cameraman and film some public footage, which I have planned. And yeah, so there's going to be plenty of that on the channel, and I really want to illustrate some important points and show you the reality so that you can learn from it. So yeah, I think I've covered quite a lot of the story of me, from a guy who had severe social anxiety in high school and college to a guy who was pushing his comfort zone a lot and going out there, taking lots of action throughout university. And I reached a stage where I thought I could do everything on my own, but I realized that I actually couldn't. And then I went out there and received mentorship, and just broke through the barriers which I was currently facing up until that point. And since then, I've cracked on to improve more and more and more. And now I'm at a stage where I'm giving back, and I'm fully motivated to help other people in this area of their lives. And yeah, so my plan is to finish writing my thesis, and so I've got the PhD done, and I'm qualified as a scientist, a experimental medicine doctor. But I want to pursue this as a full-time business. So as soon as I've submitted my thesis, I'm just going to switch to doing this full-time, and hopefully have a real impact on some people. And I think I've pretty much covered the full story of me. I'm sure I'll go back and realize that I've missed certain bits out here and there. And actually, at some point in the future, I do plan on doing a video where I really compare the past me to the current me, and I show the various iterations, the different versions of me which have appeared along the way. So I can find old video clips of me back in the day and compare it to me now, and you'll really see this progression over time. And I think that's really inspirational because a lot of people, they don't really realize that transformation is even possible. They doubt transformation. They think people are just born a certain way and they're kind of fixed in that particular place. People think things such as charisma, you either have it or you don't. There's this kind of mentality, this they call it the have or have not paradigm, where you're focused on what you have or what you don't have. And but then there's other paradigms out there, such as the doing paradigm, where you're focused on the things you're doing rather than what you have. And but yeah, a lot of people don't even realize that transformation is possible. Um, and I think by me putting this whole story out there, and I'll show you the transformation from the past me to the present me, and you'll see me continue to transform because I'm constantly facing new fears and growing myself. Really, by seeing this transformation in me, I hope it inspires you to go out there and have a transformation of your own, to take action, take smart action, action that's going to actually improve your life and lead you to a better place and better place and better place. And really, once you know the path and you're on the right path, all you have to do is stay on the right path. So, with my whole channel, what I'm really hoping to do is provide you with guidance of what is the right path and what kind of action taking actually improves your life and helps you transform. I want to motivate you to actually take the right action through the various videos, such as the live streams, the kind of monologues where I'm in the park, and also in public footage as well. And I also want to help people out with the one-on-one coaching and get them over various sticking points that they're having, and get them to a new level of confidence. So I think that concludes the story of me. I'm sure I'll come back and do a future story where I'll add in more details that I've forgot to mention at this point in time. I hope this provides value to people watching, and yeah, stay tuned for more footage.